Overthinking doesn't usually feel like thinking too much. It feels like trying to get something right. Right tone, right timing, right decision, right version of yourself. Your mind keeps circling not because it's bored, but because it doesn't want to miss something important. People who overthink everything are rarely careless people. They are careful people. They replay conversations. They imagine outcomes. They run through scenarios that may never happen. Not because they enjoy it, because their brain is trying to protect them. Overthinking is often the mind's way of scanning for emotional risk. What if I misunderstood that? What if I made it awkward? What if I should have said something different? What if this choice ruins something? These questions don't come from curiosity. They come from consequence. Somewhere along the way, this person learned that small things can lead to big reactions, that words can linger, that moments can change dynamics, that decisions can echo. So their mind became a rehearsal space. They don't just live moments, they preview them, they revisit them, they try to fix them after they've passed. Another aspect of overthinking is the belief that clarity lives just one thought away. That if you go over it one more time, something will click. You'll finally feel settled. You'll finally know what you feel. You'll finally choose correctly. So the mind stays active, but instead of clarity, it often creates noise. Because thinking can describe a feeling, but it can't resolve it. And overthinkers are usually sitting with feelings they don't know how to place. Disappointment that didn't get named, hope that didn't get answered, anger that didn't feel allowed, uncertainty that feels unsafe. So it turns into analysis, because analysis feels like control. Another thing people misunderstand is that overthinkers are not indecisive. They are deeply invested. They care how things land. They care what things mean. They care about impact. Overthinking shows up most in people who don't want to hurt others and don't want to hurt themselves. So every choice feels weighted, even small ones. What to text, whether to bring something up, how to interpret a pause. To someone who overthinks, nothing is neutral. Everything is potentially meaningful. That makes their inner world busy, not dramatic. Busy. There's also a fatigue that comes with overthinking that people rarely talk about. Decision fatigue, emotional fatigue, existential fatigue, the tiredness of always being mid-thought, of never fully landing, of trying to think your way into peace. Over time, this can make people feel disconnected from their instincts. They stop trusting first reactions. They second-guess comfort. They analyze excitement. They need their feelings to make sense before they let them matter. And that delays living. Another reason overthinking sticks is that it once worked. Maybe it helped them avoid mistakes. Maybe it helped them read situations. Maybe it helped them stay safe emotionally. So the mind keeps using it, even when the environment no longer requires that level of monitoring, even when the cost becomes higher than the benefit. But overthinking is not a personality flaw. It's a coping style, a way of staying alert in emotional spaces that once felt unpredictable. And it doesn't stop because someone tells you to relax. It loosens when your nervous system starts believing that not everything needs to be solved to be survived. People who overthink often don't need better thoughts. They need safer internal conditions, more permission to feel without explaining it, more room to not know without fixing it, more tolerance for unfinished emotional business. Because the mind is working overtime trying to do the job of emotional regulation, and thinking is a poor substitute for feeling. If you overthink everything, it doesn't mean you're broken. It often means you're attentive. It means you learned early to watch, to notice, to anticipate, and that skill kept you safe somewhere. The part of you that overthinks is not trying to ruin your life. It's trying to make sure you don't. The shift begins when you stop asking, "How do I stop thinking?" and start asking, "What am I trying to protect myself from feeling?" Because once that answer gets clearer, the mind doesn't have to work as hard, and thoughts start becoming something you use, not something that uses you.